Fantastic. The coverage is great. The same. Consumer Cellular provides the exact same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers. Consumer Cellular offers really great coverage. It's the same. The price is remarkable. With prices on the rise, ours are dropping again. Get unlimited talk and text. Flexible data plans starting at $20 a month. They are always concerned about my needs. Our customer service team is 100% based in the U.S. and we've received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service again. I got a great phone and I got to keep my number. And AARP members get exclusive discounts. You'd be surprised how much you can actually save. Switch today and save up to half on your wireless and add extra lines anytime for just $15 each. Call 1-800-624-8523. Go to consumercellular.com or visit a Target store today. Trust me, you'll be satisfied.
Here we go. Help me with this.
Oh, Barry, look at these. Oh, these are some nice old school cameras.
These are worth something?
Super 8 film, if they're still working, definitely. This is where we're gonna make our money right here.
Oh, the old Stag film format. I remember now.
You were like 30 years old, you came out.
Well, I was more like around 16 when I got into my dad's felon house stash. We got some good stuff here. You were right, son. If these old cameras turn out to be worth anything, maybe this kid's not as harebrained as he appears.
Hopefully with these cameras, if they're all working, all in good condition, we're definitely making some money.
Well, all right, kid. Come on.
Okay, Mark, so I see you have a used Mamaki JV3 printer. I also see you have the bulking system, which is good.
What would it be worth? I mean, what's the market for this printer?
The secondary market right now would be probably between $5,000 and $6,000 on a good working machine. You can take a look and see what we have. Oh, boy. Drunk in a line waiting to be stopped or replaced. And then you've got ink dried all the way here to the print heads. Unfortunately, that's the biggest cost in refurbishing a machine like this. So what I'd like to do is plug it in and see if it starts. So stand back a little bit and let's see what happens when we turn it on. I've seen some pretty dramatic things happen.
It's okay. So have I. My face.
It looks like nothing's going to happen. That is not a good sign. This is not good news. We've got no power to the printer. That's not to say it can't be fixed. It could be a power supply.
So that's what I'm asking. My question to you is, suppose can you come to $1,600?
Well, the ink in the tank is not worth anything. In the current condition, this is what I would call a complete overhaul. And in that case, I could probably go on a unit like this, maybe 1,000.
Can we make it a deal at 1,000? Okay.
Okay, I can do 1,000.
Got a deal.
I did some research and I think these tools are for pruning trees. Very little trees.
How's it going?
Good.
All right. Okay.
So, excuse me.
Randy always has to have the last word and the first word and a lot of words in between.
This is what we found in the storage unit that we were telling you about.
Wow.
Yeah.
These are the basic tools for doing bonsai, actually.
Why are there so many different styles? Like, why are these angled and these are these look like scissors?
For different purposes, you use different tools.
Yeah.
This one is called concave cutter or branch cutter. But anyway, this is a tool that you use to cut branches.
Oh, yeah. Man, I'm glad he cut that branch. I had no idea what to use a branch cutter for. So, these are for cutting, for tweezing, but what are they worth?
Well, I have a similar set, and it goes for, I would say $50. Yeah, that would be the fair price.
Yeah. Tiny tools plus tiny trees equals tiny money. Bonsai! And I get to say bonsai a lot.
I paid $600 for this unit full of old cameras. Now it's time to see what develops.
Come on, guys.
I think it's important for girls to dream big, just like Ariel. My dream is to become a professional surfer.
Titanic meets Gilligan's Island.
This is stuff we called you about. Found a lot of it, as you can see, at the storage locker. So these are what are referred to as Super 8 millimeter.
Right. Started in the 30s with what they call regular 8 and then progressed in 65 to Super 8. Super 8 came in a cartridge, and every one of these little holes represents one frame of film. So that one hole, that was the picture right there.
And I remember just as it was going to get to the good part, it would jump off the sprocket. Well, do we have anything that is actually worth something here?
This is a Bull U. This was the state-of-the-art 8 millimeter camera, and this was the top of the line in 75.
We paid $600 for the unit. What do we got here?
Well, this guy, as is, probably $200, right?
That's it? And that's the best one in the box?
That's the best one in the box. Altogether, about $500. So you're up.
At least we got our money back.
Barely.
Better than losing.
Barely. It turns out that Super 8 ain't so super great. Well, maybe we can go out and at least have some fun with one of these.
I'm definitely taking that camera.
Yeah, we'll see what he comes up with. All right. Hey, thank you very much.
Good job.
Appreciate it.
Rancho Cucamonga was a bust for almost everyone. Tyson and Super 8 cameras developed a measly $50. Daryl Sheets came in second place just by getting out of bed. Jared and Brandy's tiny tools couldn't fix them up a profit, while Mark Vallejo found a printer that just couldn't produce enough paper.
To be a champion, you gotta have faith in yourself.
So hard, etymology and what it all means. Who's gonna be our champion?
Ready?
The Scripps National Spelling Bee Finals start now.
It's time for a spell off.
The first ever spell off in National Spelling Bee history. Your first word is Spielbone,
Spealbone.
Akari,
Akore.
Moorhen,
Mooratn.
The spell off results are in. You correctly spelled a total of 21 confirmed. Marini, you are the 2022 Scripps National Spelling Bee champion.
Wow.
Will it happen again? Last year's historic finale ended in the first spell-off in
Diba
the
que
Bee's
es una
history.
bolita, no?
Welcome to the 2023 Scripps National Spelling Bee Finals. I'm your host, Paul Leffler, and we are coming to you live from just outside Washington, D.C., where for the last couple of days, it has been nothing but the bee. 229 spellers came here from around the country and around the world, and now only 11 are left to compete for the championship crown. Here they are. Drew Supermoney and a 7th grader. Vikram Chintana Boyna.
From California.
Reddy and Earth Dalsania. All 4 of those are from California. We have Deb Shaw out of Florida. Arian Ketker here for the first time from Michigan. Sarah Fernandez, our youngest finalist at 11 out of Omaha. And Pranav Anand from Glen Mills, Pennsylvania, an 8th grader. 3 more for you. Tarini Nandakumar has been here before. So has Surya Kafu, who tied for 5th last year. And another returner from very nearby in Arlington, Virginia, Charlotte Walsh. One of those 11 whose faces you just saw will be named this year's champion by the end of tonight. And of course, helping and guiding along that journey are esteemed group of pronouncers and and judges. Now celebrating his 20th year as official pronouncer, we have the one and only Dr. Jacques Bailey. Dr. Bailey, you ready to challenge these 11 incredible spellers?
Oh, yeah, we're ready.
Let's go. It's B-Day, Dr. Bailey. And right next to him, Dr. Brian Sietzema, our assistant pronouncer. What are you most looking forward to tonight?
I'm ready for these spellers to show us what they got.
Well, that's going to be a lot. We know that. And of course, keeping us in line and on the straight and narrow, our head judge and the keeper of the bell, Mary Brooks. You brought the bell, right, Mary?
It's right here, Paul, but I'm not going to ring it right now.
Thank you very much. Nobody wants to hear that. So our judges and pronouncers are ready. But what about our audience at home and here in the ballroom? Are you ready? I thought so. So let's see if we can do this together. Let's all count down to the finals of the 2023 Scripps National Spelling Bee. Here we go. We'll start with 5, 4, 3, 2, and it is on. Okay, here we go. It really is impressive. That's what clutch players do. What a performance.
You're destined for great things.
These 11 finalists come through a field of 11 men worldwide. They made it through the preliminaries here, the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and now they're ready to kick off the final. You saw the trophy that's on the line. We're live from our nation's capital. And our first speller comes from California. He's a 7th grader. He's made it to the Nationals for the first time this year. Dhruv Subramanian. Let's see how he does at the mic.
Hi, Drew.
Hello, Dr. Bailey.
This word has a homonym. The word is lyddite. This lyddite is a black siliceous stone related to flint that is used to test the purity of gold and, in the past, silver by the streak left on the stone when rubbed by metal. It's also called touchstone.
Lyddite. May I have the language of origin, please?
It's from German, which took it from an ancient Western Asian geographical name and an ultimately Greek-derived combining form.
Lyddite. Does this come from the ancient geographical name Lydia?
Could you give me a language with that?
From Greek?
Yes.
Okay. Lyddite. Are there any alternate pronunciations for this word?
I have just lyddite.
Lyddite. May I have the definition again, please?
A black siliceous stone related to flint that is used to test the purity of gold and, in the past, silver by the streak left on the stone when rubbed by the metal, called also touchstone.
Lyddite. Can you please use it in a sentence for me?
Dennis told his 4th grade class that his favorite stones in order are probably Emma, the Rolling, and, lyddite.
Lyddite. Lyddite. Lyddite. Lyddite. Correct. Thank you.
So Drew confidently advances to the next round. Here's another Bay Area native.
Hi, Dr. Bailey.
Hi, Vikrant. Madripoor.
Madripoor. Can I have all the information, please?
Madripoor is a noun from a Latin word that became Italian and then French. Madripoor is any of the various stony reef-building corals of tropical seas that assume a variety of branching, encrusting, and massive forms, and that include the staghorn corals, the brain corals, and the mushroom corals.
Madripoor. Are there any alternate pronunciations?
Just the one, Madripoor.
Madripoor. Madrepoore. Madripoor. Correct. Thank you.
So Vikrant advances as well. 3 of these 11 finalists are all from California's Bay Area. And before we have the next speller come up to the microphone, we're actually going to learn a little more about her. She knows those 2 who have just spelled. They went up against each other in their regional. But there's a lot more to her than that. So let's get to meet Shraddha Rasham Reddy.
A word like it could be a child's spinning toy.
That is correct.
Thank you. I think I was very excited and elated because I've been working all of this year to make it to the finals. I'm definitely nervous, but definitely more excited. I like reading and spending time with my friends, playing badminton. It's my favorite sport. I feel like it's similar to spelling because you need to focus on the ball, and it's really easy to feel like there's so much talent. To win the spelling bee would be kind of like my dream come true. It's what I have always worked towards, and it's what I want the most. I do feel like there's always the luck factor, but there is the saying that luck favors the prepared. So I believe that very much. If I prepare the best I can, then perhaps I'll get my final.
Luck favors the prepared. We'll see how that works out for Shraddha Reddy as she comes up to the microphone. Hi, Shraddha. Idalian.
May I have the definition, please?
Of or relating to the ancient town Idalium that was a center of the worship of Aphrodite.
Okay, ideally, maybe. Okay, ideally, may I have the language of origin again?
It's from a Greek place name and an English combining form. Can you pronounce it for us? Idalian. Idalian is an adjective. The first part is from a Greek place name, and the rest is an English combining form. Idalian means of or relating to the ancient town Idalium that was a center of the worship of Aphrodite.
Idalian. Idalian.
Oh.
D-A-L.
Satanus. Lucifer.
I-A-N. Correct. Thank you.
These favorite kinds of words are those from geographical entries. That's exactly what she got the first time that she nailed it anyway. Really? Higher. Ready for this? Okay. Papola.
The internet's back on.
Yep.
Papola is a noun.
Yes.
Spanish to Portuguese. Papola is a valuable in the East Indies, now widespread in cultivation. It's also called kanaf. The fibers of the papola have been used in products as diverse as automobiles and newsprint.